This time, Brother LeRoy is coming to share a special.
Good morning, church. You may remember maybe a year or two ago that I made a promise or a challenge that I was going to play 10 different instruments before I checked out. Anybody know which one this is? Number 5. Did somebody say 5? This is Clarabelle. Let me introduce you to Clarabelle, clarinet. Clarabelle has a predecessor. The instrument I started on was a clarinet. You can remember way back when, maybe 4 years ago, you allowed me to honor my mother, who bought me all of these instruments, and got me started in music. Anytime I mention an instrument, she'd buy it. So Clarabelle's going to sing for you this morning. But this is not about Clarabelle, not even about my mother, who had to be my father. But who was my mother when my mother had to be my father? My grandmother, Susie Catherine Johnson. Had she lived, she'd have been 103 years old as of October 29th. I lived with her from age 3 to age 13 in Slidell, Louisiana. We lived in a 3-room house made out of concrete floor, cinder block walls, and a corrugated tin roof. Guess which one I like? The corrugated tin roof. When it rained, you could go to sleep. Very hot down there. 12 people lived in those 3 rooms. One was the kitchen that was in the back. There was 2 rooms that we slept in. There was a fan in the back kitchen window. Anyway, my grandmother not only was my mother, she was my doctor, my nurse, chief cook and bottle washer, dentist, and most important, spiritual leader. I used to have asthma when I was a kid, and she took care of me. One day, she'd whipped me for some reason. I can't remember what it was, and I thought she overdid it. Feeling sorry for myself, I pulled out my clarinet. I was about 8 years old at the time, and it was about the time I just got a clarinet. And if anybody knows clarinets, they squeak a lot. But anyhow, feeling sorry for myself, I sat in the back, outside of the kitchen, behind that fan that was on, obviously, in the summertime, and played a song that I would hear her sing. It was the Lord's Prayer. I cried as I played that song. I'm going to play it for you like I played it for her, the way she sung it, and that's the way I learned it. that's just about how I played it when I was 8 years old. You know, with the squeaks and all. I don't squeak on that point back there that much, the saxophone. But anyhow, when I finished playing that song, I heard my name being called through that fan that cut it all up. You know how fans do when you're talking to a fan. She called me inside, and I saw it. Tears were running down her cheeks, and she said, "Play that song again." I played it again, and she continued to cry. She said, she apologized to me, told me she was sorry, and that she loved me. And she said, "You're going to be playing that song in church this Sunday." That was when I was around 8 years old. So, you know why I'm here today, playing in front of you, about what happened then. Not because my mother brought me a clarinet. That was just one step. It's because I had a grandmother who loved me and saw the potential of me playing an instrument for the Lord. Amen. 40, 50 years down the road.
Amen.
Now, here's the catch. I had asthma at that time. I don't have asthma now. Somewhere along the line between her care and her prayers and playing this instrument in church, a miracle happened. I got bugs in my lungs now. Guess what I think is going to happen?
Yeah, let God heal him.
Now, here's a lesson to be learned about this, and you young children, it is for you mainly. If you got a parent, aunt, uncle, grandparent that loves you, and they spank you, they punish you, and you think they've been harsh, but if they love you and they love the Lord, in the end, further down the road, it's going to come out good, just like it went.
Amen. Amen. Is that light on, honey? Is that on?